Hi guys, welcome back and welcome to my channel GWS IELTS and Immigration and to my classes. Right. So hope all are fine and waiting for the ease of lockdown. So hope soon we maybe start our classes, regular classes. But before that, I want to give you some information about the scoring system of writing. Right. See, everyone wants to score good in writing. Not only good in writing, but in reading also, listening also, and speaking also. But maximum, the statistics says that maximum students, almost 80%. If you see the statistics of British Council and IDP, they say that maximum 80% of students they score 5.5 in writing module. Right. So I thought today's tutorial, though I have done it in Hindi earlier, but today this is an English version. So what I will try to make you understand the real scoring pattern, how the writing is scored, by the examiner, right? So based on that, today's tutorial will be purely dedicated to the scoring system of writing, right? So want to score good in writing? Then first you must understand the scoring system, right? Unless you understand the scoring system, you cannot plan your writing modules, right? Your planning, your execution of writing, your presentation, your communication, everything depends upon the scoring system, right? Unless you understand the scoring system minutely, you cannot score it. It's difficult to get a good score in writing, right? See, probably mainly this is maximum. I think maximum of you might be knowing about the scoring pattern, but those who are new or those who want to start their practice for future IELTS tests. So this is the right thing. You understand the scoring system and keep those points in your mind while writing your tasks, right? Then definitely you will come to know that at what level you are writing or what bands you are going to achieve, right? So before starting my this thing details, it's my request to all of you, please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon, and those who are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that my future videos will be updated to you immediately. Right. So guys, we'll start the scoring system. First, understand the band descriptors, what they say, right? It's in public domain. The band descriptors are already uploaded on the site by British Council and IDP also. All right. So task 1, task 2, there are two types of tasks you are going to get, right? And you will be getting 1 hour of time to answer the tasks, right? So logically what we say, we say you spend 20 minutes in task 1 and 40 minutes in task 2 for planning, for understanding the task, for planning the task, and for writing the task also, right? So your writing system, your writing skill will be assessed based on 4 criteria, that is task response or task achievement, coherence and cohesion, and lexical resources, and grammatical range and accuracy. So if you see the band descriptors for task 1 and task 2, you have got the maximum is that the band descriptors it is a range given for the band descriptors 0 to 9, right? 9 is the maximum. So for task response and task achievement, you have got 9 bands in task 1 also, 9 bands in task 2 also. Similarly, coherence and cohesion, you are getting 9 bands is the maximum for task 1 and 9 band is the maximum for task 2. Similarly, lexical resources, 9 band for task 1, 9 band for task 2. And finally, grammatical range and accuracy, 9 band for task 1 and 9 band for task 2. Now, see, if you want to get a score, good score in writing, you have to keep these 4 criteria in your mind while planning your writing, right? So we'll see in detail how the examiner scores actually, how once you submit the task, you complete the writing and hand over it to the examiner, how they give you the scores, right? How the score is calculated, how the band score is calculated, that is important, right? See, task response, I have divided those 4, I have taken those 4 criteria for task 1 and task 2. And now here I will be giving you an example that how a student gets a band for his writing, right? Suppose in task response, one student has scored 7, and coherence and cohesion he has got 8 bands, lexical resources 6 bands, and grammatical range and accuracy 4 bands. So now how he will be scored, how he will be given the band for the task. See, this is I'm talking about task 1. Suppose for example task 1 we are taking, right? So 7 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4 is equal to 25, and 25 upon 4, that is the 4 categories, he is scoring 6.25. The final score will be 6.5 for task 1. Remember, for task 1, right? See, every individual criteria, the examiner will be scoring based on individual criteria, right? It is not that you are getting in task response, suppose 9 band means you will get in all other criteria also 9 band, but you have to meet the criteria of the band descriptors. If you're meeting the criteria of band descriptors, then you are going to get 9, 9, 9 in all, right? So suppose I'm taking an example, right? Task 1, suppose a student has scored 7 in task response or task achievement, and coherence and cohesion, suppose he scored 8 bands, and lexical resources 6, and grammatical range and accuracy 4, then his score will be 6.5, right, in task 1. Similarly for task 2, suppose the student scores 7 in task response, 6 in coherence and cohesion, lexical resources 4, and grammatical range and accuracy 5, then how much he will be scoring? He will be scoring 5.5 in task 2. Got my point? 5.5 in task 2. Now see how 5.5, the addition of 7, 6, 4 and 5 is 22. 22 upon 4 is 5.5, and then final score is 5.5. Now task 1 he is getting, this is in task 1, right? This score is in for task 1, right, T1, and this is for T2. Now the final score, the final band score, how it will come? The final band score will be one part of task 1, that is 6.5, then 2 parts of task 2, that is 5.5 plus 5.5. Now the total will be how much? The total will be 17.5. 17.5. Now this will be divided by 3. This will be divided by 3, right? Then the score, whatever the score will come, that will be the final band score. That will be the final band score. Right? Sometimes you might have heard that the student says that I have written nicely, I completed all the I tried to cover all the things whatever it is asked in the task, but still he is getting 5.5. That means he has done some mistake in some of the criteria. He has not got the proper score, couldn't able to score properly in some of the descriptors, some of the criteria, right? It may be he scored less in lexical resources, or maybe less in grammatical range and accuracy, or maybe coherence and cohesion. Somewhere it is lacking, right? Somewhere it is lacking. So before starting your writing, you have to remember all these 4 criteria in your mind, and what they need actually, what they're asking, what is the demand of those these criteria, right? You keep those demands in your mind while planning your write-up, right? Then only you will come to know that at what level you are writing the tasks, right? The next is tips to consider in writing tasks. See, so now you have got a clear idea how the examiner gives score. The examiner gives score on based on the criteria, right? 4 criteria, 4 different bands, and then the sum of those bands, the average of those bands, and then the final band for each task. Then once they give the band score for each task, then the final calculation takes place. One part of task 1 plus 2 parts of task 2, then altogether divided by 3. So the final band score is they give the final band score, right? Now to achieve a good score, what are the tips you have to consider while executing the writing tasks, right? See, first one is partially addressing the question, right? Avoid partially addressing the question, right? Never address the question partially, right? Take time to read the question carefully and decide how many parts are there in the question. Let's take a look at the question below. You are asked to discuss 2 viewpoints and give your opinion, right? So to fully address the question, you need to discuss view 1 and view 2 in separate paragraphs, and finally give your opinion. Don't forget to give your opinion, right? If you fail to answer all parts of the question, your essay will be incomplete. Your essay will be incomplete means what? You are going to get less than 6 bands in that task, right? Suppose the examiner feels you have not addressed the question fully, so he will not give you more than 6 bands, or even he may not give you 6 bands also, right? So that is what the descriptor says, right? That is what the descriptor says. So remember, if this type of question is there in front of you, then you have to answer both the views, and then separately, exclusively, you have to give your opinion also, right? So don't forget to address all the parts of the task. Then Some people think that wild animals should not be kept in zoos. Others believe that there are good reasons for having zoos. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Here also you have to give both the views and then your individual opinion. And remember, never create an ambiguity while giving opinion, right? Your opinion must be clear. The examiner knows. By seeing your writing, the examiner knows what way you're thinking or what is going in your mind, right? So it's better you stick to one opinion and give your opinion very much clear, right? Either you make your opinion clear in the opening paragraph, and then at the last paragraph, right, you represent the same opinion, right? Don't change your opinion, or don't create any kind of doubts, either or, neither nor. This type of ambiguity you should not create while writing, right? Be clear to your, be specific to your opinion, so that the examiner should feel that your thought process, your writing, everything is clear, to the point. You are focused on the completing the task or executing the task. That is the important thing, right? Then move to the next point, presenting an unclear position, right? Presenting an unclear, that is what I said earlier. Don't create any ambiguity or doubts, right? Don't create any ambiguity or doubts. If you present an unclear position in writing 2, this can affect your final band score. Make sure you decide on a position and maintain it throughout your response. This is important, right? If you present an unclear position in writing task 2, this can affect your final band score. Make sure you decide on a position and maintain it throughout your response. If you discuss what some people think that and what other people think, you have not yet expressed your opinion, make sure the examiner knows what you think. When the examiner reads your task, he comes to know, he guesses what is going in your mind at the time, right? But the moment you have started writing the task, what were the points were going in your mind, the examiner can have a guess on that. So it is better you give your opinion clearly, present your opinion clearly, right? Presenting an unclear position will never give you a good band score, right? And then what you have to do is decide on your opinion and present it clearly. Use personal pronouns to express your opinion. That means, why I'm saying here use your personal pronouns, that means you're strongly representing your opinions, you're strongly writing your opinions, and you're strongly representing your thoughts. You're making it clear, you're giving a clear idea, you're giving a clear concept about your opinion to the examiner, right? Then what you have not to do is, don't change your opinion during the essay. Suppose you have written your opinion in the first paragraph, then in between the conclusion statement, in the body paragraph, nowhere, don't change your opinion, right? You should not write any such words or any such type of sentences which will create an ambiguity in the mind of the examiner, right? Avoid that. So that your focus on the writing should be clear. Then third one, using inappropriate memorized language, phrases and cliches. See, normally this has happened with everyone. This happens with everyone, right? Because while writing, normally what we do, we memorize few words to include in our writing, right? And those words almost all students uses, right? Almost all students, maximum 99%, 95%, I can say 95 or 99% students, they try to use those words in their writing, and that gives an impression of memorizing a language to the examiner. So they may consider, may not consider. That is depends upon the type of writing you are doing, right? It depends upon the sentences you are using, right? It depends upon the way you are conveying your communication skills, right? Writing skills. So see, the examiner is looking for memorized language, phrases and cliches. Memorized language is easy to identify, so use your own words and avoid overused phrases, right? Overused phrases, that means again and again the words or the phrases which the students normally use while writing in IELTS tasks. So avoid those type of things. Be natural to your writing, right? Whatever the words you know, you use those words in a natural way. Don't use complex vocabs to show that you know some words, right? Using of complex words is good, but using of complex words at wrong place will definitely give you a negative marking, or you will be penalized for that, right? Next, what you have to do is use your own words. The best thing is use your own words. Don't depend much on memorized words, right? That will never give you a help, right? If you are using your own words, means what? You are guaranteed that you are confident that you know the meaning of those words, and you know you are using those words at the right place and at the proper time. That will give you a good scoring, right? Then what you have not to do is don't use memorized phrases, such as some few examples I've written here. Don't use these type of words or these type of phrases in your writing, right? Controversial topic or hot topic, two-edged sword, double-edged sword, two sides, faces of a coin, or both sides of the coin, right? The other side of the story, right? These type of words don't use. In a nutshell, I pen down by saying there are pros and cons. The essay will discuss reasons why I hold this view. This is highly controversial or is a highly debated issue. These are all words which normally we can they fall under overused phrases, right? They fall under overused phrases. So these are the memorizing words. The examiner, the moment he sees these words, he considers this as a memorizing word. These are not the natural words. So the best thing is that instead of using these words, you use your own words, right? That will help you to get a good score, right? Avoid proverbs also, proverbs and cliches, right? Old is gold, right? Don't use this type of proverbs. Then coherence and cohesion, right? Coherence and cohesion, what it says, what the band score says. I've written the main points of this descriptor starting from band 5 to band 9. See, in band 5 it is saying that may not write in paragraphs, or paragraphing may be inadequate. That means suppose you have written a task without any paragraphs, or suppose you have done paragraphs but that is not adequate paragraphs, then you are not going to get a band score of even 6 also. You will be considered for band 5. Right? In band 6, what it's saying, uses paragraphing but not always logically. That means you have used paragraphs but they are not linked. They are not logically linked with each other. That means the task, they may be missing of the content of the task, or they may be missing of the links, backlinks, or you failed to convey the message in a proper way. Right? Similarly, in band 7, what it says, presents a clear central topic with each paragraph. Within each paragraph, right? You are covering the central topic. You are covering the topic in your paragraphs, but without link. Right? Without link between paragraphs. Right? See, presents a clear central topic within each paragraph. Each paragraph you have maintained the link. You have maintained the topic, but in between the paragraphs, you fail to establish the links, or you fail to establish the connectivity. Right? In band 8, what it says, uses paragraph sufficiently and appropriately. Right? Suppose a task needs 4 paragraph, you have written 4 paragraph, right? And appropriately, you are covering those 4 paragraphs appropriately. Also, you are maintaining the link. There is a flow in your writing for all those paragraphs. Then you are going to get band 8. And band 9, skillfully manages paragraph. Skillfully manages paragraphing means what? Right from the beginning of your first paragraph to the end of the paragraph, it's like a rhythmic flow. Right? It is like a rhythmic flow. Your backlinks are absolutely fine. Right, your back references are absolutely fine. Your thesis topic is also fine. Right, everything you are addressing all the points in your paragraphs. Your proper paragraphing is done. No extra paragraphs. No shortage of paragraphs. So all those, if you are maintaining, then definitely you are going to get a band 9 in coherence and cohesion. Right. Then not enough paragraphs. See, suppose you missed out some paragraph. A task needs a paragraph, but you missed out the paragraph. Then what happens? Keep the following in mind when responding to task 2. Mainly this happens in task 2. Right? When we use paragraphs with a clear and central topic, the essay becomes easier to follow and understand. This is what they want actually. See, nowhere, if you see the band descriptors, nowhere it is written that complex vocabs or big vocabs or strong vocabs are required to complete your task. Right? Everywhere in band descriptor you will find wide range of vocabs. That means you avoid repetition of words. Right? Avoid repetition of words. Right? You use synonyms with the same meaning. Synonyms means it doesn't mean that it changes the meaning completely. Right? Suppose I want to write. I want to write. I need a strong cup of tea. Right? And if I want to use a synonym for strong, I cannot use powerful here. Right? I want to have a powerful cup of tea. Powerful is a synonym of strong, but powerful doesn't goes with tea. Right? Strong goes with tea. So select the proper word, use proper word, right? Simple words, proper words, but to the point, to the meaning, the meaning of the content, or the meaning of the context must be delivered properly, right? Then what you have to do is use paragraphs for each idea, leave a space between each paragraph, right? Don't write in continuation. If you're writing in continuation, means that will be counted as a single paragraph. Right? Give a space so that clearly you are saying that my first paragraph has ended up at this place and my new paragraph has started from a particular point. right? Then don't use one sentence paragraphs. Don't use one sentence paragraphs. See, while writing body paragraph 1 or body paragraph 2, right, you at least write 3 to 4 sentences, right? Try to manage to write the paragraph within 3 to 4 sentences. That will show your writing skill exactly. You may write in, you may have the capability of writing in the entire thing in one paragraph, but it is advisable that you break them into 2 or 3 paragraphs logically and maintain a link. That is way you can show your back referencing skills and linking skills also, right? So that will help you to get even much better score. Then incorrect format. Avoid incorrect format, right? Writing task 2 must be written in an essay format using paragraphs to break up your ideas. This will help to structure your essay in a way that is easy to understand. You should not use headings, bullets, or numbers, right? This is an essay writing, right? This is an essay, not article writing, right? So this, while writing an essay, heading, bullet points, and numbers, try to avoid all these things in your writing, right? Whatever you want to write, you should write in paragraph format, right? So that is why paragraphing format is most important in writing task 2 and even writing task 1 also, right? So always remember, try to avoid incorrect format, right? And then what you have to do is introduction, body paragraphs, conclusion. Break them into paragraphs, proper paragraphs. Suppose you need 4 paragraphs, you decided while reading the task 2, you will come to know how many paragraphs you need. So accordingly you break them, right? Don't try to write extra paragraphs, or don't try to shorten the paragraphs. What you have not to do is don't use any bullet points, don't give headings or subheadings, and don't give any numbers, right? Avoid those things. Then spelling errors and typos, right? Suppose you're appearing for online CD IELTS test, then what you will be doing is you will be typing the task through the keyboard, right? So while typing, what happens generally, the person who types, generally it happens with them, they don't find the errors, right? While keying, the fingers may key some extra keys which may create problem, right? So once you finish the writing, go through the write-up, right, and go through each and every line so that you can find the errors easily, right? So once you finish the writing, you read the write-up as a reader. You change your role play, you just play as a reader, you're writing the task. So once you go through the task, you will be able to find out the silly mistakes or the silly errors, right? And then spelling plays a major role in written communications, right? So it is important that you spell correctly. Remember that computer delivered IELTS doesn't have spell check. A typo is considered as a spelling error, right? So misspelled words, you have to remove all misspelled words. So that is possible if you get time to cross check your write-up. Then what you have to do is, after finishing your writing, check the same for spelling errors. If you are typing, check for typo errors, right? That is only thing you can do once you finish your writing, if you have got time, right? And avoid, don't write fast or don't type fast. If you are trying to type fast, then definitely the chances are there your fingers may hit the other keys, unwanted keys, right? And if you're writing fastly, unless you have a good handwriting, legible handwriting skills, it will be difficult for the examiner to read your answer properly, right? So don't write fast. Your writing must be in a legible thing, right? It must be clear. Whatever you're writing, it should look clear, so that the examiner should not force himself to understand the writing, right? Then using surveys and research to support your opinion. See here, this is one of the important things. While we write the task 2, we generally include our examples and some survey reports also, right? So what the advice is given here is, use real examples and evidence from your own life experience to support your opinion, right? That's the best thing one can do, right? Examiners cannot check if your research and survey examples are real, right? Then make sure you present a clear position supported by examples from your own life experience, for example country, family, job, student experience, right? So these are the things. Suppose these things you can take example from your own life, real life examples, right? So this will support your writing task also. This will support to the content of your writing also. So based on the content of your writing, you take examples from your real life experience. That will help you to get a good score. Then, so this is the final thing from my side, my dear friends. So try to see, the important thing is that whenever you are trying to answer something, first get to know how they are scored. If you know how they are scored, then you can prepare what you can say intelligently to score the answer, right? To write the answer or to get a good score. If you don't know the scoring pattern, then you will fumble. You will fumble. You will commit the mistakes unknowingly, right? So it is better, you must go through the descriptors. See, I advise you always, if you're beginner, no, remember one thing, you keep the band descriptors with you. The moment you start your writing, keep the band descriptors with you for few days, right? And then while starting your writing or planning your writing, go through the band descriptor and go through all those 4 criteria, what they need. Then you start writing the sentence, framing the sentences, so that you will not forget, or you will not miss out any points from the descriptors. If you're not missing out any points from the descriptors, that means you are getting a good band score, right? At least you will come to know at what level you are planning the write-up, right? So thank you guys, stay safe at home. So once again, if you like, please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon, and please do comment, and if you want anything extra, or if you want a specific topic to be addressed, please let me know. I will make a video on that and I will post you immediately, right?